Evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order this June 27th, 2018 Public Works Session Action Meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education. Would you please take roll call, Mr. Week?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Kizmarski.
Here.
Ms. Conoco.
Here.
Ms. Mavritish.
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Saccone.
Here.
Mr. De Silva.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
And Ms. Barron.
Here. Adequate notice of the agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and the Record, specifying that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on June 27th, 2018 in the Administrative Offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey. A copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Would everyone please rise for a salute to the flag? Mr. Gallo, would you like to lead us in this pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to recess to executive session? Mr. Wendrikowitz, second by Mr. Kazmarski. We have a couple of matters to discuss, and we will be back briefly.
You could have sat out there with me in the morning.
You're right.
My pajamas and my slides.
Yeah, but we could have had the whole committee out there.
That's something else to witness.
Well, there's no doubt, but it's just too much.
Oh, who turned the air on? Gosh, it's freezing.
Nice.
It's freezing right now.
I can put a jacket on.
Ladies, when
I have a jacket.
you'll get warm very quickly. Sorry about that. All right, how do you want to do this? Do it? You want me to wing it? Yeah? Did you wing it with our state letter piece?
Okay, may I have a motion to reconvene? Mr. Wendrikowitz, second by Mr. Gallo. Agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Please specify the resolution you are referring to in your question.
Evelyn Slockbauer, 43 Thunderhead Place. I had a question regarding the STEAM edition, which is in the agenda. I had heard that there was an increase in the cost due to the upgrade. The electricity needed to be upgraded, I guess to 220 perhaps, for the concession stand.
I find that amazing.
So,
I'm so happy you came to the meeting tonight because that is so far from the truth.
oh, okay, good.
So I'm really happy that you came.
Okay.
So if you are referring to the resolution, we can certainly speak to that, which has nothing to do with an upgrade of electricity.
Okay. Okay.
So-
Because it's in the other building. That's why it's not the STEAM building. It's the other building.
What is?
Which resolution are you referring to, Ellen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just got the wrong building. That's all. The concession stand. Their.
That's on the agenda.
Yeah, there's nothing on the
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah.
We
I
can
was.
talk
I
about that later
got
if
it
you
mixed
like.
up with.
Yeah, it has the STEAM
fac-
edition does not have an
yeah.
increase in. Okay.
I got mixed up. So I'll bring it up later
All right,
at
well,
the end of the meeting.
See you later. Okay.
That's great, Mrs. Slackbauer.
Did I miss the concession?
Hi, Liza Bree, school safety committee, it looks like there's one for Betsy Ross, but if you could just tell us more about that, I'd appreciate it.
Each building puts together a school safety committee, so Betsy Ross is not the only one. Can you put that resolution in front of me so I can just see who's on it? I don't remember who's on the Betsy Ross one, which will help me.
Linda Bovino, Lisa Rizzo, Jetra Nama, Lauren Sullivan, Stephanie Ekstrom. Okay, Lisa, I'm just going to reach out to you for a second. The school safety committee has also works on the HIB.
Requirement under the harassment, intimidation, bullying law. There's an expectation that at a minimum twice per year, certainly our district sets higher, we review HIV cases that take place within the building, culture and climate, and determine if there are any patterns in which the district possibly.
And then once during the year, you may have been part of this, Lisa will do, as our HIB coordinator, a report, a presentation to the board where each school grades themselves in a number of different categories, from their timeliness of submission to climate and culture pieces. Lisa does that every year for us, but that is a result of the input that she receives after going to each of these meetings at the schools.
Why is that so?
Because Betsy Ross is the only one who got their act together quick enough to give us the names, but the other schools will be forthcoming, I anticipate, next month. You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, superintendent's report, Dr. Schoen.
Yes.
Anything for us?
I do. A couple of things, and it's kind of going to be, although I'll talk probably the most, this really is from Dennis and me, if I may. The end of the year graduation, kudos to the high school and the committee that puts together graduation, and for the many of you that were there, but certainly to our graduates. It was once again an amazing event, and we have a lot to be proud of from our seats here, as do our teachers with the graduates, and John Pascal really did a fabulous job. So that was fabulous. The day before that was 8th grade graduation. Kudos to Mr. Vandermolen and Ms. Whalen and the teachers there who put together, again, another really great promotion exercise for our students. However, those being great, you didn't think that we could necessarily top it or come in close, but I think we pretty much did. And that was going to be our staff get-together, picnic / barbecue, whatever it is that you want to call it, which are in pictures behind you. Probably over 200 pictures were taken by Kyle, who has a second profession, and Mr. Wendrikowitz. But those 200 pictures absolutely speak volumes to the day that we had. The food was fabulous, donated, and if you would just indulge me, Acme Supermarket and Sarah ShopRite, Mahwah Municipal Alliance, Pontonian Food Service, U.S. Foods, Sonny and Tony's, Mahwah Pizza and Pasta, Nona's, La Gondola, Wilkes Deli, the Katzman family, State Line Diner, Biggie's, Lotito's, Gateway Deli, Chicken and Rib Crib, Mason Jar. Did an absolutely amazing job. There was plenty of food. The board came to help out and do some serving and get those. Thank you for that. That was huge. Pomptonian Jack, our director of food services here, rock star, him and his boss as well, cooked the 500 burgers and the 400 hot dogs, set up everything inside. I explained to Jack when we met with him yesterday, it's like somebody coming into your house and messing around with your kitchen. And we were in and out of things and grabbing plates. At one point I asked Mr. Kazmarski to get us plates because we were running out of them. He said, I took them, but I don't know exactly who they belong to. And it was the truth. But he was amazing. And there were a few people that really stepped up. It was really the result of many of us, and all stemming from the Climate and Culture Committee, right? And what can we do to help culture and climate and bring our family back together? I don't think we received so many emails ever from teachers and from staff members. But there were a few people that really stepped up. One of them was Jack from Pomptonian. And yesterday, he wasn't able to be here this evening, but we asked to meet with him because we wanted to present him with a letter. But not just a letter in a white envelope. We wanted to present him with a letter that said thank you sincerely from the both of us, as well as present him with a Mahwah varsity letter because in our opinion, it was varsity work. So we did that with Jack yesterday, and Mr. Santos is the last name that I didn't read as far as volunteering time. But Mr. Santos' story is a little bit different. A father of children at Lenape. Just landed about an hour and a half before he arrived on Mahwah property, and there I was, not remembering that, saying, I really want this going in about 15 minutes because I want people. And Mr. Santos, you know, a party is food, and a party is music, and good people, and laughter. And your choice of music, I danced. If anybody has it on video, the board is going to have a huge issue, a huge issue with me. But from the bottom of our hearts, you just really stepped up and you made our party come alive, and we are very lucky to have you.
You
as
even
a
moved your
parent.
flight. Yeah, so thank you for that.
Okay.
It's huge.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Santos, we plan on doing this again. We ask you to kindly work your vacation schedule. But with that said, Dennis and I would like to present you with your own Mahwah varsity letter. Thank you, Mr. Santos.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night. Please go. You don't need to sit for the rest of this if you don't want to. No. You say you're since I'm here, I might as well. The other family that we wanted to recognize this evening, but unfortunately they couldn't be here, is the Katzman family. The Katzman family donated all of the fruit, and it was all cut up by a lot of staff members above and beyond. So we will make sure that the Katzman family also gets the frame letter with the varsity letter. But it was absolutely fabulous. Tell me what you said to me when I said how was the day, and what did you say?
I said last Friday was probably the proudest day I've ever had in district. So
And I think that just says a whole bunch. But we couldn't have done it without all of you. So thanks for showing up and digging in and for
also
being
meant
there.
a lot to the staff that you were there.
It really did.
Yep.
It-
Great. And to look at the sea of people that were out there, when you
Awesome.
looked out and they were all having a great time. Was
We got emails from faculty members saying, I felt like a big kid. I'm eating hot dogs and hamburgers, and the music was great, and I'm playing games and volleyball. And the ice cream truck was fabulous. And that ice cream truck, everything was donated. So that ice cream truck was a result of the high school and a result of JK staff contributing so that they would make up the cost of being able to bring that on site and fill it with 450, ice cream. So it was fabulous. It was a proud day. I was proud to be a part of the family here. And so I just wanted to say that
Annual
publicly.
event now.
It is an annual event, and Mr. Santos already has it in his calendar. I'm only kidding. Other than that, thank you for a fabulous year to our staff and our administrators. We're looking forward to a great summer. Lots going on in district, and having another stellar year. So that's it for me.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bleeker, do you have anything for us this evening?
Just a quick update on the STEAM project. Things are moving along very well with it. The next phase that will be visible to everybody is some truckloads of soil that needs to be removed. So that's going to be beginning very shortly and progressing along with the first phase, we'll call it, which is the completion of the second access driveway on the other side of Building 8. So that's the game plan for the next couple of weeks, is to get going on that access driveway. Goal is to have it completed in late August. And again, the next visible thing that everybody will start to be seeing is some many truckloads actually of dirt being removed to make way for the foundation.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Soil removal, is it off-site?
Yes.
Soil removal? Was it a past project, we used it somewhere else in our district?
Yeah, we investigate that and spoke with our buildings grounds supervisor to see if there's any opportunities for that. There may be for a handful of the truckloads, but the vast majority is going off-site,
We need permits for that, correct?
and we're obtaining those.
Okay, very good, thank you. Mr. Farrer, do you have anything for us this evening?
Yes, we have a retirement for on 16B. I actually had time at the barbecue last Friday to speak with Barbara about her retirement. She apologized about the timing, but she said this is when she meets her timeline. So I said, and that's fine. So Barbara Owen serves as the vocal music teacher over at Lenape Meadows School. She loves everything about music, and she holds a belief that every student is capable of playing music. Whether she is teaching a lesson inside of the classroom or holding her early morning choir rehearsals for her third grade students, music is Barbara's life. The extra time that Barbara puts forth into preparing for a concert, holding her sing-offs within each grade, and presenting her monthly music awards at Spirit Day is what has allowed the students to thrive in their music ability. We preliminarily congratulate Barbara on her 18 years of service to our district, and we will be starting our interviews next week for the vocal music position. That's it.
Okay, my report this evening. Really don't have much other to say that we just had a groundbreaking ceremony prior to this meeting in right where the new STEAM building is going to be. A photo op, yes. So we're very excited about that. That's all that I have for this evening. Does anyone else have any committee reports? Mr. Gallo,
I
yes.
have one from Finance and Facilities. We spoke with Kyle shortly before the meeting, and we are very close to having a lease agreement on the cell tower. So we're looking forward to that. Negotiations, since our last meeting 2 weeks ago, we've made very good progress with both the principals and administrators, and we anticipate that sometime very soon we may have an agreement with both groups.
Supervisors.
Should I say supervisors?
So principals and administrators.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep the acronym straight. But the supervisors and the principals, we've made great progress.
Great, thank you very much. Anyone else?
And I'm sorry, I
Yes.
just want to, this has been a 6-month effort. Kyle, Dennis, the folks on the committee have put a lot of hours into the negotiations, and it's with gratitude that I have the ability to work with people like this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, board member remarks, additional comments, or any reports or any non-agenda items? Anyone? Yes, Linda.
List of businesses that contributed to the picnic.
Yes.
Can that list appear somewhere so that faculty and staff?
Yes.
It actually did. I sent out an email to them the day before, and it included all of it. But we can also put it on our website as well as a big thank you.
Yep.
We're also Dennis generated a letter that is also being personally sent to
Yeah,
each of those
thanking them
people
more
as well.
formally.
Thanking them
I
more
had
formally.
suggested that we use local newspapers. This is a big thing that happened, along with the groundbreaking thing. We've got to start using local newspapers. We haven't been. Not everybody looks at our website. Let's get it out there.
We did with the STEAM building, if you recall, I had sent a press release out for that. I don't know whether or not the record grabbed a hold of that. But we'll see what we can do to put together something for this, Peter, and a couple of pictures.
Please.
Okay. Old business, may I have a motion to move on old business? Mr. Wendrikowitz, second by Mr. Gallo.
I'm just watching the slideshow. I have a great view of the
I know, I can't.
I know, I'm a bit mesmerized. I'm just sort of.
It really captures the
spirit.
the spirit of the
Yeah.
day. Everybody's relaxed.
Yeah.
It's
hanging
beautiful
out,
weather. That
celebrating
poll was a
life.
great idea.
Yes, stop.
Right? I know, it's fabulous.
Okay.
Okay, right?
All right.
Go over roll.
Yes.
Okay, roll call for the minutes. We had a motion by Ms. Wendrikowitz and a second by Mr. Gallo. Roll call, Mr. Kizmarski.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Ms. Mavritish.
Yes.
Dr. Morthy.
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Saccone. Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Okay, now I would like to take new business A through MM. May I have a motion to proceed? Mr. Wendrikowitz, second by Dr. Morthy. Any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions on any of those items? Everybody's good to go? All right.
Okay.
Please take roll call.
Mr. Kizmarski. Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Ms. Mavritish.
Yes.
Dr. Morthy.
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Abstain on FF15, yes for the rest.
Thank you. Ms. Saccone. Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes, except I am abstaining on check number 091206.
Thank you. Ms. Barron.
Yes. Okay, now we have new business personnel, 16A through EE. May I have a motion to proceed? Mr. Wendrikowitz, followed by, seconded by Dr. Morthy once again. separately. Let's do that separately before we go through these. Okay.
Okay, roll call on 16A through EE. We have the motion by Mr. Wendrikowitz and second by Dr. Morthy. Mr. Kuzmarski.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Ms. Mavritish.
Yes.
Dr. Morthy.
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Zaccone. Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Okay, now I'd like a motion to proceed on addendum A. Mr. Wendrikowitz, second by Ms. Conoco. Okay.
Mr. Kuzmarski.
Yes.
Ms. Conoco.
Yes.
Ms. Mavritish.
Yes.
Dr. Morthy.
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz. Ms. Zaccone. Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, public questions or comments. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Ms. Slough-Bauer.
Sorry, building 5, okay. The concession stand. So I had heard that there was increase in cost possibly due to the electrical needing to be upgraded because of the oven or the stove, and then they were discussing a possibility of a propane. And personally, from my standpoint, I would rather spend a little bit of extra money and upgrade the electricity than put a propane tank back there. So I wanted that to be noted. Okay. What is addendum A that everyone just voted on? Oh, thank you. Sorry. Okay. Okay.
There's another one up there if you want.
Okay, I'll take it. Okay, and then, I believe you said you were gonna meet, about the parking lot and
We did last
in between, or was it just before the last? Were you having another one? No.
We haven't met on the.
You haven't met again, okay, okay. And then, I guess, as a parent, I'm a little, concerned with, since March, there being 6 suspensions, and, I guess it makes me wonder, like, you know, how stable our environment at the school is.
Meaning, yes, okay.
What's the question?
Yeah.
Well, we've had 6 suspensions of teachers since March. Now, that is unprecedented since I've been coming to these meetings. So, as a parent, I guess my concern is has something changed? Did a policy change and now all of a sudden, you know,
No.
from a parent's perspective, it does not give me a warm and fuzzy feeling. I will tell you. So,
Nothing has changed, Mrs. Slepper. Nothing has changed. Please keep in mind, we have 510 staff members in our district.
no, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that nothing changed in the policy and there was nothing going on that perhaps,
Nothing changed. in
you
the
know.
policy.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
Wait,
Oh.
No.
I just wanted to leave these with you. I don't know if you all have looked into this. Oh, sorry, Isaac Brandon.
No, I said bless you. I
I was coughing, but that's fine. Thank you.
Could you just move closer to the microphone because we need to get you on the.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've looked into an anonymous tip hotline. I think it's recommended by some of the school safety report. And there's one that I found, it's called Report It. They have different platforms, but this one specifically that I think would be relevant is called Classroom Connect. I printed it out, you guys look at it. I mean, it says it's as little as $50 per month. I'm sure that there's something more than that. But, you know, for whatever it's worth, it might be something we can look into because it's an anonymous tip hotline and it's for K through 12.
We can certainly do that. Also keep in mind, though, that on the HIB and the HIB link on our website, there is an ability to do anonymous reporting. In fact, we've had HIB investigations based on people filling out that anonymous paperwork. So there is that ability for the link. I know this may be
looks like an
something
app.
different.
It looks like an app that the kids might be able to use. It's for the, I mean, it's for other people too, but I think it's for students to use.
Understood. We'll take a look at it. Thank you for bringing this in.
And then the only other thing I wanted to ask, to see, maybe you're already doing something, but some of these programs that you roll out within the schools, like the Dylan's Wingman, things like this, take a few months to get them situated. I know when I spoke with the representative from Dylan's Wingman, 15 school districts in the area are already working with them, and that means that they would be able to do the program with them, which this is a student-centered program in the fall, but they would have to start having discussions in July to be rolling it out even, and it would still be.
Dylan's Wingman program, if I recall, it is something that the Mahwah School Foundation, I think, had looked into, and we talked to the middle school about this. That's having a high school kind of student kind of work with middle school students. Is that the
They
same
have various
program?
programs.
All right.
Programs for all.
It's like that, is
all
it?
levels, but it's it's student focused, so
Right.
it's not them coming in and doing they're actually rolling out a program for the students to kind of take ownership of the culture and inclusive environment.
Right.
And it looks different from school to school, which it should, because the kids are different ages.
Sure.
But it does take a few months to get into place, and I would expect that any of these programs are gonna take a few months, so I just wanted to understand what we're doing over the summer, so that in the fall, when kids come back and they're, back to school and all.
We'll
that
certainly talk with the
business.
principals and determine whether or not there need to be additional programs. Remember, we've got a really active, responsive classroom that goes on in the morning, so there's a lot of that. But we'll certainly look into it, and the Wingman program I am aware of. Dennis just said it's the one that we are aware of.
Not to say that that needs to be the one, but just that something should be considered, and it takes a few months.
To put into place, it does.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. De Silva. Meeting adjourned. Thank you to everyone.
Tuesday, you're not in tomorrow either, right? Dennis, are you going back into your office? All right, would you just place this on your desk? We'll mail it, or have it dropped.